Well, Merrit, I'm glad you've decided to live the outlaw life with us here in Sherwood Forest. I can't imagine what sort of fun adventures you'll go on, but I just wanted to give you the heads up about how things work around here, especially since I'll be going on my honeymoon soon. As you know, I just got married to the most beautiful woman on the face of the earth. Sorry, literally everyone else.
Well, whatever floats your boat, I guess. Personally, I'd rather get kidnapped, but sure, continue.
Right. I figured I'd show you the ropes about how everything works here in Sherwood. I can't imagine you'd go off to, say, fight an evil wizard, for example, but just a few tools of the trade I've picked up in my many, many, many adventures.
Well, I'm not exactly useless, you know. I've picked up some skills in my life up to this point, even if I am just 18.
Right. Your experiences and career up to this point are what started off your character sheet, of course. This is a life path character creation system. But then every outlaw in this forest gets into some sort of trouble, and the longer you've lived, the worse that trouble could be. And it could come after you now that you're an outlaw. So, you've got your skills you've learned, the things you're good at doing, but in a broader sense, some people are strong, some people are fast talkers, and some people are exceptionally lucky, and this all gets quantified in 4 basic areas: endurance, wits, luck, and willpower. Your endurance qualifies your physical ability, how fast you can run, how far you can throw. Even dealing damage to your enemies comes from your endurance if you use a blade or a bow.
Got it. And I've got a lot of wits, so I'm guessing that's how you figure things out, right? And willpower, that's how stubborn and self-controlled you are. My mom always said that I had more of the stubbornness side of that one. That's why I picked up arcane talents and sorcery so easily.
Right you are. And the last attribute, and the most important for an outlaw, is our luck, our intuition and good fortune. One of the neat things about living in Sherwood Forest, in contrast to those dungeons rumored to contain dragons, is that you can actually go above and beyond if you fail. So if you miss that swing of a blade or get a bit tongue-tied when you're trying to sweet-talk someone, you can actually spend endurance or wit points to succeed. But be careful, you can only spend 3 at a time. That's the rule of 3.
All right, so that's the stuff I already had before Sir Timothy started chasing after me. So how do we go about the outlaw life?
Well, if you want to try to do something like stealing a horse or shooting an apple or the Sheriff of Nottingham with a bow, you roll 2d6. An 8 or higher means you've got it. Of course, unless you're some sort of jack of all trades, you'll be disadvantaged if you haven't ever practiced that skill.
What do you mean, disadvantaged? Do we roll an additional d6 and some malevolent game master gets to pick which 2 dice we use for the result, presumably the 2 lowest?
Exactly. Of course, you can also have an advantage in cases where the odds are explicitly in your favor, which works similarly.
What if it's something like dodging a rain of crossbow bolts from the castle walls when we've robbed the Duke blind?
Well, thankfully, the GM doesn't roll attacks in this system, so in that case, you've got to rely on your stats and make a saving throw. You can rely on any number of your innate attributes, so you'll still roll 2d6, but you want your result to be equal or less than your current score. So if you've already gotten winded, succeeding an endurance saving throw will be a bit tough. You can always fall back on luck no matter what, and I know you've got plenty of that. You can apply the rule of 3 to spend luck if the dice aren't in your favor too.
But what happens if we're in a bad spot and can't hit the number we need to roll?
Well, you don't have any sort of hit points. Your attributes are also just reduced when you're damaged. Endurance is your usual one, but you can grit your teeth through the pain with your willpower too if you'd like.
Alright, so we can spend our attributes to succeed on our rolls, and we can lose them during fights if we take a hit. Are they just going to be worse forever?
Haha, nonsense. Like all good things in life, you're always able and encouraged to catch your breath. That's what it's officially called anyways, catching your breath. You get to spend some time chatting with your friends and recovering some of your endurance, willpower, and wits. Luck takes a bit longer to regain, so you'll need to wait until the job's done to get that back.
Enjoying the spoils of our adventures is really the point of adventuring together as outlaws, I should think. So how do we spend our downtime around here? Carousing? Highway robbery? Self-improvement?
I should certainly say so. It's part of why I do what I do. During downtime, the plots, plans, and scheme of our foes may also move on while we recover. At the start of your downtime, your lucky streak starts again at its original value, and you can rest up and recover. You'll also have some time to talk amongst your friends and do other activities like, say, rob a stagecoach, teach yourself a skill, among other things. Get creative, it's your downtime after all.
Robin, I hate to be a bother, but your wedding carriage is waiting for you to get in it right now. Maid Marian is getting a bit impatient.
Ah, bollocks, there's my ride. Well, I'll be leaving you in the care of this priest, this drunken nun, and this French opera singer you've probably never met until just now. Don't forget, my merry men do not murder.
Got it! I'm sure this won't be relevant at all.
Ta-ta!